Hello. The end of day 2 came through from, where did I start this morning? Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Went up to Angel Fire and then cut across, and right now I'm in Durango, Colorado. And boy, is my nose burnt. Sorry guys, I know this looks bad. Anyway, the people at Durango Harley Davidson were kind enough to let me stay in this little park area. They called it a park, and I'll show that to you guys. And there just so happened to be 2 trees right here and right here that will, they're kind of close together, but it'll work for the night, it'll work. So, my ridgeline. So, this is the park. There's Durango Harley. There's a bar and grill right on the other side of that gray building. This is a dispensary. And it looks like everybody, I think they just closed at the Harley shop, so everybody's kind of leaving and it's starting to get pretty quiet. My weenie is kind of tangled up, but she was sure happy to get off the motorcycle today. And so she's finding sticks to chew on and stuff to get into. And I've got her food and her water down there, and I just get those little collapsible cups like from Walmart or whatever. Nothing fancy, and it's worked out very, very well. They collapse and go into one of the pockets on her pet carrier pretty well. So, thoughts for the day. I've come through some gorgeous country, and like I said, I did get quite a bit of stuff recorded, and since I'm by myself tonight and it should be quiet, I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to get some of these videos on so that you guys can see what I've been seeing, because it's been beautiful. Oh, that picture I was talking about earlier, I will go ahead and post that since it's not anything, like it's just on my phone, so I can just post it. So, thoughts for the day. When you're by yourself and you're riding by yourself, or at least with me, it seems like for a while I get inside my own head, and all my problems, there's no distractions from them, I sit and I dwell on what is bothering me at the time, and that is basically what happened from the time I left home until I got into portions of New Mexico. Try to get out of my hammock. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and sit down. So it's funny though how when the scenery starts changing, how things start kind of rolling away. It's almost like as the miles roll up underneath your wheels and you keep going down the road and down the road and down the road, and you're not riding in circles and you're not having to go back. It's like every mile you get away from your problems, I guess running from them, it just seems to roll off. And so, if you've never done anything like this, I highly encourage everybody to do it once, just once. And it's weird how you will plan your trip and you'll spend weeks, months, years planning it and getting things paid for, getting your routes that you're going to go on, figuring out what you want to go see, and all that kind of stuff. And I did all that when I rode the Trail of Tears. I knew exactly where I was going to be. I knew how long I was going to be there. And even though that was a fantastic trip, it was not something that I really wanted to do again, because there was stuff that I didn't have time to experience and really, get into it and discover and explore as much as I wanted to in some areas. And then there were some areas while I was down for several days, and I didn't really want to spend that much time there. So when I did my trip in 2023, I did the whole upper Northeast. And at that time I was living in Wisconsin, so it was easy for me to get gone and do that. But the only things that I had planned were going to the places where I had the challenge coins for hog. And then the 3 things that I wanted to do was I wanted to go to Niagara Falls. I wanted to eat Maine lobster in Maine. And I wanted my picture in front of Stephen King's house. And I did all that. And so I didn't have an agenda. I had no clue where I was going to be from one day to the next. I didn't have anything paid for. I had no route other than, hopping from one challenge coin spot to the next. And I utilized Bunka Biker almost exclusively for that trip. And I think in that area of the country it worked out really well, because there was not a lot of places to camp, and there was no way I could afford to motel it. I was gone for about a month, I think. So there was a multitude of people that helped me out and gave me a place to stay, gave me food. A lot of times they would feed me. A lot of times it was just, there's your bed and see you later. But I met some really cool people. Some of them I still have as friends on Facebook. And if I ever get up in their neck of the woods again, I absolutely 100% will go see them again. The difference between that trip and this trip is I really don't have an agenda other than the challenge coins. The one thing, and I've been told not to do it, but I probably will anyway. The one thing that I really wanted to do when I get into California is go to La Brea Tar Pits. I've always wanted to see that. So, I don't know. We'll see if I'm brave enough to ride through LA traffic, because apparently it is downtown LA. But anyway, this trip, I'm going through like national forest after national forest after national forest, which if you didn't know before now, you can camp for free in a national forest. All you really have to do is, number one, check to see if there's places that they don't allow you to camp in the specific national forest that you're going to. And notice I'm not saying national park, I'm saying national forest. So check and make sure that, it's on limits, which most of them are. And all you really have to do is get into the national forest, find a Forest Service road, and go down it till you find something that is going to work for you. being on a bagger, sometimes you kind of gotta watch the roads that you're going down. I have gone down what I thought was a Forest Service road one time that ended up being somebody's driveway eventually, but before it turned into somebody's driveway, it was a logging road, and the ruts you could have lost a four-wheel drive pickup in, and I'm trying to go down it with a bagger, ultra classic, loaded to the gills, and 2 people, me and my granddaughter, were on it. So, just be careful of the roads you go down. But a lot of them are, just like caliche roads or something like that. They're easily accessible. You just have to be careful, and find yourself a place and pitch your tent, hang your hammock, whatever you want to do. But just being able to get off by yourself, and I promise you, you will not come back the same person. Or if you do, you weren't gone long enough. You were not gone long enough. The first trip I took by myself, I tried to get several people to go with me. It all fell through. And so I know that the Lord was wanting me to go on that trip by myself, and I did come back a different person. I came back with a thirst to go and do and see and travel. And I even traded in my poor little Suzuki Volusia 800 for an ultra classic in Texarkana. And it's been game on ever since then, because now I've got a bike that's comfortable, and it wasn't the bike that I've got right now. I actually put about 80 or 90,000 miles on the other bike, but this one does not have near that many miles on it yet. But now that you're comfortable, like the bike I've got now, I've got heated grips, I've got heated seat, I've got what they call a hammock seat, which is a game changer. If you don't know about a hammock seat and your butt starts getting tired when you ride, check out a hammock seat. They're not cheap, they're pricey, but they are well worth it. The only reason I have stopped yesterday and today is not because my butt was hurting, but because my back is hurting. And that's not from the seat or riding or, anything like that. It's just, I've got a bad back. So there's that. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to be riding the $1 Million Highway, Highway 550 here in Colorado. And I'm going to be heading to a friend of mine's house in Idaho. So I need to look and see how many hours that's going to be, because I may stay somewhere tomorrow night instead of trying to make it all the way to her house in Idaho. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here for right now. I think I may tootle over there to that bar and grill and get myself some dinner, and figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and then hope to see you guys later on. So thanks for watching, and thanks for coming with me. Talk to you later.